here. Welcome back to my channel and the Reynolds Homestead. Happy New Year. I haven't been here for a while. At the end of December, I had a ski accident. We had taken the kids up to our local ski hill for Christmas. Instead of doing a lot of gifts this year, we decided that we'd rent a house up there and we just skied. And on the last day, of course, it's the last run too, I had a really bad ski accident. Wrenched my back and down, I think I bruised my ribs. But the cool thing about having accident, it forces you to take a pause and reevaluate, and it also forces you to maybe do things that you wouldn't otherwise have time for. I was able to read a really great book in January, Letters Across the Sea by Genevieve Graham. She's a Canadian author, and this story is about two families living in Toronto before the Second World War and then during the Second World War. And it was a fascinating book. I'd highly recommend it. And I'm definitely going to go and get her other book, which is called The Forgotten Home Child. But anyway, yeah, Letters Across the Sea. I was able to make time for that. And I was also, just watched the whole series, a Netflix series called World on Fire this month. And you know when you're a busy mom and even though I was trying to recover, there's still, basketball games, and there were basketball practices and music lessons and music practices and a swim meet this past weekend and even a violin concert. So it's been busy around here. It's hard to find time to read sometimes, and also even to, plow through a whole series on Netflix. But I did it, and I was really thankful for the downtime, because it allowed me to start the year off slow and start thinking about how I want the rest of the year to go. I wanted to share with you my recent 2 trips to the thrift store, and let's go to the thrift store. Okay, see you in a bit. Oh yeah, and after that little shop, come on back and I'll show you what I was able to bring home. Okay, please join me. We're going to head into Value Village now. Oh, I really love these lovely plates. Oh, wow. I love this. Remind me of yin yang. And isn't this beautiful? Looks like a shell from the ocean. Beautiful colors. So I'm just scanning the shelf. I'm always looking for willow tree angels. And then I saw this beautiful red cardinal. I love looking at the vase. I don't have very many vases. I got rid of them. This one in wine-colored glass, and there's another one. I was thinking about Valentine's Day, how some fresh flowers would look lovely. And then this made me laugh. This was like the kind of thing our grandmothers, or great-grandmothers used to have.
Oh my gosh, an old enamel.
Isn't it a
Teapot?
teapot?
Oh yeah.
Made me chuckle.
$8.49.
And then I found her in with the vases. I don't know. Somebody must have picked her up and put her over here, which is very strange. She should really be with the knickknacks. And I'm always looking at cute sayings. This one said, "Today is a good day to be thankful." It's always a good day to be thankful. Love this in soft pink. And then I'm back looking at this burgundy glass again, a wine-colored glass. I think I was just moving it out of the way because I wanted to see how heavy this one was at the back, but it wasn't very good quality, so I just put it back. Sometimes you have to just pull it out and pick it up. And then I found this lovely little piece of pottery, which was signed on the bottom. I think after Christmas, teachers must have donated all of their cups because there were a bunch of cups. This says, "Don't make me use my teacher's voice." And then I'm always looking at teapots. I'm looking for one that will be an everyday pot, but one that I can use for about, 3 to 4 cups. So kind of an in-between size. And then there was some Corelle. I like big mugs. This said, you can't spell teacher without T-E-A, which I thought was sweet. And it was brand new, so obviously was donated. And then I don't know what the deal is here, but one was $12.99 and the other was $14.99. But they had different colored labels, so I think they came in different weeks. I'm just scanning. So much fun looking for treasures. And this is what got to be one of my favorite aisles. I love the dish aisle. I'm always looking for transferware, but they had a lot of Corelle. And this was quite lovely, but Corelle also. But the mug was too small, at least for me. I like a big cup of tea or a big cup of coffee. But it was very pretty. Thought it would look nice in the springtime, very botanical. There weren't that many pieces though. And then I've seen this a few times. I liked it because it has a hunter green color with a gold rim, but it's just made in China, really nothing special, but I'm attracted to things that are green since I'm moving that way. Going to be painting our island in olive green and redoing our window seat. This one said thankful. It's very pretty. There was a whole stack of them. And this was a lovely pinwheel crystal, but quite expensive, I thought, $14.99. And then finally I saw a beautiful little Christmas plate. It was lovely. I think it just said life at home. It was a modern, but it had a lovely design. And then I love this blue and white and wished I had picked it up. I mean, $1.99 for 4 pieces. My daughter, Alyssa, would love that. And she lives alone, so she doesn't need a lot of plates. And those ones were really nice too, those just plain blue. And then I'm looking at casserole dishes here. I took the lid over to this other one just to see if it would fit, because I was thinking of buying this shallow
There. Good.
casserole dish, and I have a lid for it already. So I was thinking of getting that. And then there were a few quiche plates that I was looking at as well. This one was particularly lovely. And then here's the classic Corningware. Every time I come in, I see it. And they seldom have the lid.
Classic.
If they did have the lid, I would have picked it up and I would have given it to my daughter, who's the blue and white girl. This one's in really good shape, but it was just a modern 5-plate, quiche plate. And then I don't normally go to the book aisle. If you buy 4 books at my thrift store, the 5th one is free. And I was just looking at some of the paperbacks. Quick reads, I like reading historical fictions. And then I did see one by Diana Gabaldon here, and it was a really beautiful hardcover. I actually own this book, but I have it in paperback, so I was contemplating buying it. But I was thinking, well, I already own it. So, hindsight, I wished I'd picked it up. And this is one that I found quite intriguing. And then I'm always looking at lamps. That one has been there a while, the heavier one up at the top, kind of a ginger jar look. These were kind of cool, but they were battery operated, which I didn't want, but I thought, oh, they'd kind of be cool. In the cabin. Live, laugh, love. We used to have a quote, and I was thinking that came from our house. And I really liked that little picture frame. I thought it was sweet. I just am attracted to things with gold frames. There was a lot of live and laugh and love. I think people are getting rid of all of their signs. There's another laugh sign, bon appetit. I really liked that one that said the world is yours to explore, and angels, angels. I was thinking of my friend Tamara when I saw that angel one. She's my earth angel. There were a few really nice curtains in here. And these ones I quite liked. I almost picked them up. I didn't, but they had a heavy feel to them. And then I was quite attracted to this chair. I think it was just $14.99, and I would have got 30% off if I had bought it. So like $11 would have looked nice in our living room, in our master bedroom. And I'm always looking at purses, although I did buy a really lovely black purse. It's a crossover in the fall for under $10, but I'm always looking. And then I was looking at sweaters, and I saw several here. I tend to always wear really neutrals like grays and blacks. So I was looking for something with more color. I particularly love this Esprit one, and I actually tried it on along with the red one behind it that was a Gap one. But they were extra small, and they were just a little tight. I felt anyway for a sweater. I don't like my sweaters to be overly tight, and I didn't really like the collar of that one. And then I started thinking, well, even though we've been getting cold weather, we're already the end of January. It's just a hop, skip, and a jump, and it's going to be spring. So I was thinking I would look if I found something I had to have, but really, I feel quite grateful for the ones I have found this winter. I did like this one, but then it had that collar thing. And then we're in my favorite area. I love baskets. There's something about the natural look that makes a home look cozy, and they're so useful. I've been looking for a wicker basket, and I was casually looking at that one, but it wasn't a really good wicker. And then I really thought, this is the one. Yes, which one so that I picked up? It was fun shopping. And then they brought out this cart. I saw it.
Lots to put away today, hey?
I'm just talking to him. I saw it before I left, and I decided that I was going to go over and check it out and take one last look, because he had been filling the knick-knack shelves. And sometimes I find willow tree angels. And in fact, you'll see one in a moment, but it doesn't have the actual wings. It's right over here to the left of this ginger jar. There it is. But she doesn't have wings. So I passed her by. Although, any willow tree angels. Yeah, I love this bunny too. So sweet. It's time to go home. See you in a moment. Wasn't that fun? Fun, fun, fun. Now, I don't know about you, but going to a thrift store for me is like a really good hour-long session of, psych therapy. So the first thing I found, did you guess what maybe I picked up? Because sometimes I actually do show you in the videos what I put in the cart, but sometimes I don't. But the first thing that I found was this sweet willow tree angel, and she was $7. She is called the Angel of Protection, and she has a tiny little bunny in her lap. Yeah, and I have a willow tree collection, which someday all my kids will inherit if they want them. The next thing that I found, and this was kind of interesting, was this. It's a ceramic pot. I suppose for plants, which I probably will use. And I know it's Christmassy because the cardinal is sitting on looks like a branch of a fir tree. And there was a story behind this though. At Christmas time, I had sent out Christmas cards. It was a snowman on the top of the card, on the front of the card, but there were red cardinals around it. And I had put on the envelope, on the back of the envelope, where there was also a little cardinal. And I just reminded all my loved ones that whenever you see a cardinal, remember that those who've passed on are still with us. And I thought it was really sweet that I found it right away, right after the willow tree angel. And thinking about Grace, I was thinking about my mom, who has been gone almost 12 years this February. And I just feel like she's still here, maybe not physically, but yeah, seeing the cardinal makes me smile and think of mom. So that was cool. And so it was $2.99. I got it for $2. I thought, and this is very versatile. I mean, you can do so many things with little pots like this, right? Fill them with candies at Christmas time. You could put a plant in it, dried flowers in it. It's just, containers are so lovely. So this one's for you, Mom. And then the next aisle I went to were plates. I just love the plates, and I'm always looking for really nice plates. Now these weren't overly special. I look for transferware, but these were just beautiful plates, hardly used. Isn't it lovely? Look at the etching along there. It's, I really want things that are very neutral in my house. So I got 4 of them, and I paid, well, they wanted $6 for it, but I paid 4. So I got $1 a plate. And I don't know if you've seen some of my other videos, but I really love picking up plates because, we're always going to a violin group or a cello group, and we're always taking muffins or cookies, and it's nice to take a plate rather than put things on a paper plate. So I was happy to see, and those are kind of large too. And then I usually, oh yeah, no, along that same area, I did find this. I have to show it to you. It was a $4 mug, so I got it for like less than $3. But I really loved it because it was really big, heavy, but it was the saying. It says Happy Camper on it, Happy Camper. And whenever I see this phrase, I think of my husband, David. But what I don't tell David this, but what I got it for was Valentine's Day. My husband loves coffee, and I was thinking, and he loves jubes. So I was thinking I would fill it up with some red heart jubes, and he can, enjoy his coffee in it. So we don't do a lot for Valentine's. Last year I found beautiful crystal candy dishes for all my kids, all my daughters, at the thrift store, and filled them with cinnamon hearts and other little heart-shaped candies. And for my son, I found a beautiful pottery dish. So then I went over to the pictures. I didn't find anything. Can you see this? Is it glaring a bit? I didn't find anything on my trip. I'm always looking, but this was one that I found a while ago, and this is the kind of thing that I'm looking for. I like gold frames because what I would like to develop more in our home is the look of an English cottage. And so I'm wanting things that are more gold and brass, metals. And I just loved the 4 angels in here because I have 3 sisters. So there's the 4 girls in our family, and this reminded me of my 3 sisters. Yeah, and you can probably see it's very botanical. Okay, and then I don't normally stop in the books, but I did today. I went down that aisle because this one was sticking out, and I just loved the color. Absolutely loved it. This is kind of my color, greens and reds and burgundies. And this book is Familiar Quotes by John Bartlett, and it is a collection of passages, phrases, and proverbs traced to their sources in ancient and modern literature by John Bartlett. And this was the 12th edition. The first edition goes back to like it was 1890. And this particular edition is 1950. There's the class. I mean, everybody's in here. There's Shakespeare and Tennyson and Hemingway and Walt Whitman and John Donne. But I found a beautiful quote just before I was going to film today. I've been having some difficult moments this month with our youngest, one of our twins, Catherine. She doesn't want to get up in the morning. She's 12. They're going to be 13 in May. And I guess, it's that circadian rhythm is kicking in now. She's starting to come into her teen years, and she wants to stay up later and sleep in later, and it just doesn't work, They had to be up at 5:30 for their swim meet this weekend, and it was just horrid. So we've been going through a lot. I've been going through a lot because what do? You want to discipline them, or get them disciplined, if you will, not discipline them, but discipline them so that they can accomplish the things they want to do in life. But you want them to be in a nurturing, gentle home as well. So this particular quote came to me when I opened this morning. I thought it was kind of serendipitous. Lady Pamela Widham Glenconner wrote this she lived from 1871 to 1928. So she died when she was a little bit younger than I am, which, I guess they did in those days. This is her quote. Bitter are the tears of a child. Sweeten them. Deep are the thoughts of a child. Quiet them. Sharp is the grief of a child. Take it from him. Soft is the heart of a child. Do not harden it. I thought that was quite meaningful for me because I'm always thinking about a little mantra in my head. My oldest sister always says, just be gentle, be gentle. Be gentle on yourself. Makes me cry because, that's what I've been doing all month, just being gentle on me. But I feel like I haven't been as gentle on Kate. And she really needs that right now because it's tough growing up. Okay, so check out your books if you haven't done that already, because I was able to get this book. It was $5.99, but I got it for $4, and it's just going to be it's a beautiful book. I'm going to enjoy it a lot. But what a deal, right? Okay, so the next place I usually go to is my linens, and I just have to show you this particular beautiful tablecloth I was able to find. I was thinking I'm not going to use it as a tablecloth. No, 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 no. So they were trying to sell it for $7.99, $8. So I got it for, $5, 30% off. So I got it for basically five something, 5.60. And I know how expensive material is. So in my mind, I was thinking this is going to go to other purposes. It's kind of heavy enough that it could go like on the end of a bed in the summertime, just kind of as a coverlet at the bottom, especially if you had a printed kind of design, which I'm kind of going for. I should show you my daughter's rooms. Floral on their bedding. And so something like this is really nice. But no, I was kind of thinking would make a really good lining for one of my own curtains. And it's not hanging as nice as I would like. So I think it needs just some more lining behind it. And for $5, it's like I couldn't go to Fabricland and get that. So that was kind of a bonus, a big bonus. And then I went into the clothing aisle, you'll see on my video, and I looked at purses and some sweaters, but I didn't find anything that I loved. What I was really looking for was a waste paper basket and a laundry basket, because we're redoing the kids' bathroom, or not redoing it, but we're refreshing it. We painted the beadboarding, and we put new lighting in there. So I found this chicken wire waste paper basket. It was only like $3, and that's why I got it for $2. But I was thinking what I would do is actually spray paint it white and then put an insert in there. And I might, even have enough of this material to make a little liner using this. I was happy about that. And then I went over to my favorite area. If you know me, you know that I love wicker. And when I found this sweet little wicker basket, it was $3, so I got it for $2. It's perfect. And then I was pretty excited to get this one too. It was a really good price, $6. So yeah, I got it for 30% off that. So for under $5. And it has this beautiful dark brown, rich brown color. Just love it. Okay, my last two things. So excited about this one. I have to show you, because I've been looking for a while, is a dish rack. Da-da-da! And I scored on this for the price. It was $7.49, so I got it for like $5. And I've been wanting one of these for a while. It's just on my kind of to find list. So the gentleman was bringing out the carts, new carts, and I just beelined over and grabbed it. Love that. And the very last thing I have to show you, woo, is this gorgeous, can you see it? It's hard to see. I'm a sucker for anything that's wood. And this is so well made. It said it came from the Country Woodshed. It was $10.49, so I got it for $7. And I know it's kind of country, and country is kind of out. But you know what? If it's out for you, yes, if you have modern modular furniture, you're not going to like my kind of taste. But I've been working on my daughter's bedroom, and they have sun hats, and they're kind of floppy. And I've been looking for something that I could hang up, and they have very limited wall space in this one area. So I thought, this is perfect. Yeah. So I was pretty happy with that. So those are the treasures that I found. And I want to thank you for coming and seeing them, because it's so lovely to be able to share them with people who are actually interested in finding things at the thrift store. But until then, may you be well, happy, and peaceful. And I'll see you next time. Okay, bye. It's all amateur